I was in a cab leaving a holiday party, and a friend leans over to me and he says, "John, you're not going to believe this." He's this Israeli guy, and he's like, "My friends on Roosevelt Island were in the library over there, public library, and they saw this book display, and it's got all the like Palestinian books, and these Palestinian books for children. They're talking about like, oh, you know, Israel's an evil country, and it took our land, and we're teaching the kids about how evil Israel is." And they had all the books for the children on display in the library, and he was like, "You know, my friend just took them out of the library and isn't going to return them." And I said, "That's great. I mean, that's crazy. That's a great story." So I'm like, "Give me your friend's phone number." So I'm on the phone. The guy, he's a social worker, and he runs a homeless shelter, and his name is Asaf Eyal. Basically, him and his wife were in the library, and they're so sneaky. They put the books with like, "Oh, Israel took our land. Isn't that terrible?" And it's for the children, the youngest aged 3. And they put those right next to the books about Native Americans in the same display. Because it's like, oh, it's like the same thing, you know, like what Columbus did. So he like had a thing with the library manager. They wouldn't take the books away. We have a video of screaming about how Israel is an apartheid state and the books are going to stay. And then finally the guy's like, "You know what, this is a public library. I'm just going to take these books out. And they're going to be checked out permanently." And by the way, the New York City Public Library eliminated late fees in 2021. So there's really, you can just keep these things out indefinitely. Now, eventually you may get charged for the cost of the book, but I think you can, you know, you can return it in 5 years and get that back. So these books are on permanent takeout, and they're going to go to libraries, and they are going to libraries around the city right this second and doing the exact same game and taking them out. It's a very stark contrast in how the two different sides on this issue are protesting. In one case, it's like nonviolent, civilized acts of creative resistance. And on the other side, it's people, you know, breaking windows and burning things down. It's a clear contrast in the methods of the two sides.